and the game is over.
1 week ago tonight in Happy Valley, Ohio State won its 5th straight game. Blew a 17-0 lead, trying to win their 6th in a row. 37 degrees at kickoff, and a very short sky kick caught by Matt Lacoste of Illinois. Riley O'Toole, the quarterback, has them at the line from the 39-yard line. 5th-year senior hands it off to Josh Ferguson. Found a hole and then was tripped up. Leading Warrenville South, where O'Toole played on state championship team for the Tigers.
Has a command of this offense, understands and gets Illinois in the right play.
They come quickly to the line again. O'Toole carries. And he's very close to the first down. O'Toole rushed for 59 yards and a touchdown last week in their win, and he gets stacked up behind the line of scrimmage.
Grinder and plays with great effort.
They bring a blitz. O'Toole trying to set up a screen, and a good call. Ferguson out of bounds in Ohio State territory. They're going to mark him out at the 45-yard line.
Blitzer from the linebacker position.
Dudek is their leading receiver as a true freshman. Movement along the left end of the offensive line.
Ball start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. The down remains 3rd.
Longtime friend of Urban Meyer. Movement again. This time it looked like Bosa might have jumped. On 3rd down and 4. Blitz off the corner, picked up, but the pass is incomplete, and there's a flag down. It was intended for Mike Dudek.
The center and guard account for him.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Shot block. Offense number 71. Pass interference. Defense number 23. Penalties offset. Replay 3rd down.
O'Toole running out of time, running for a first down. Well, his teammates love him. He's been in the program a long time. Was beginning of the season to Wes Lunt, a transfer from Oklahoma State, but Lunt broke a bone in his leg and has been out. And that pass is deflected and intercepted by Darren Lee, who breaks tackles and goes to the Illinois 39. Intended for the usually reliable receiver Josh Ferguson. So a nice opening drive ends in a turnover for Beckman's Illini.
Well, big play. Darren Lee right here in perfect position. Even if the ball is caught, they're there to make a play. And you see Darren Lee, Johnny on the spot, and Matt Lacoste, number 11, let it bounce off of his chest.
So J.T. Barrett on the quick change, faked it to Curtis Samuels, swung it out wide to Evan Spencer. And he's still fighting. After a 15-yard gain, another play fake, a wide open receiver, and the throw's too high. He was looking for Jeff Hireman, the tight end, who was wide open.
As we usually see from him.
A lot of times you're thinking about it, and once he takes a hit, I think he'll settle down a little bit, even with his footwork.
Curtis Samuel turns the corner untouched all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Ohio State. They turn the turnover into 6 points. Sean Nernberger, the freshman, on for the extra point. And it's 7-0. Ohio State opening drive for the 6th game in a row. They've won each of the previous 5 since their only loss of the year here to Virginia Tech. This time Kyle Clinton kicks it deep. Today from Florida, the big upset win over Georgia. Almost got help from West Virginia, which lost at home on a last-second field goal against number 7 TCU. Strange looking play. And O'Toole managed to turn it into a 1-yard gain. Bill Cubit spreads the field with 5 receivers on 2nd and 9. O'Toole faked the pass and got ripped down for a loss. Joey Bosa and Steve Miller, the 2 defensive ends, met it. They bring pressure. O'Toole looked like he was trying to set up a screen. And that's great defense, Chris. Playing within the framework of the defense. Sticking to his responsibilities. Justin Duvernois, the leading punter in the Big Ten. Good kick. And height was not a monument to athleticism by any stretch of anyone's imagination.
Is any bowling?
There you go again. Curtis Samuel, tough run. Interesting, Chris, that's 4 plays from scrimmage now for Ohio State, and it's been...
Curtis Samuel is an explosive young player that they're high on.
I'm not aware of any injury to Elliott. Pass for Jeff Hireman, incomplete. Rained an MCL late in the first half against Penn State last week. Played with it. It's a reason why they squandered that 17-0 lead. He's moving well here and got it off to Michael Thomas with a lot of running room before he got flattened at the 48-yard line of Illinois by Zane Petty. A gain of 21 and a first. 23rd catch of the year for the sophomore from Los Angeles. Thomas, their leading receiver for the season. They spread it around. They throw it down the seam, and it's an incomplete pass. Nick Vanette, the second tight end, couldn't hang on. He took...
But putting that face right in the ball to knock it loose.
Bouncing to the outside. J.T. Barrett out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Second half last week, they had a 17-0 lead against the Penn State team that struggled a lot of the year on offense. Barrett throws a little bit high, and it also looked like the jump by Dontre Wilson. Barrett's had a terrific redshirt freshman season, taking over for Braxton Miller, the 2-time Big Ten Player of the Year, who injured his shoulder in August and is out for the year. Samuel again yanked down right at the line of scrimmage by Mason Monheim. They're going into the wind here, so they might be beyond the field goal range of Nurnberger, who's long as 49. Barrett sidestepped the rush. Hireman's down short of the first down by about 2 yards.
Man coverage.
1 second. Timeout called from the sideline. Urban Meyer didn't like it. After the timeout, Urban brings the offense off the field, and Sean Nurnberger goes out there to try a 44-yarder. Cameron Johnston, the punter, is the holder. That 49-yarder was last week at Penn State. That one hooks through just inside the right upright. The freshman from Buckner, Kentucky, gives Ohio State a 10-0 lead. Guys were ranked #1. Illinois wearing the same uniform combination tonight, the white jerseys and pants. Tim Beckman superstitious.
Hope that victory, a little something each time.
Wild formation here from Illinois, and it works. Mike Dudek off to the races. Duran Grant able to run him down, but it's a huge gain.
Calls up screens and draws and formations to give themselves a chance.
56-yard gain. And an errant throw intended again for Dudek. He fans, his family from Ohio originally, his dad a big Buckeye fan. O'Toole dances to the 14-yard line. 3rd down and 5. Buckeyes showing blitz. They bring the pressure. The quick pop caught inside the 5. Malik Turner down to the 2. There is a penalty marker on the play, Todd.
I was just going to say we'll see what the penalty is, but the anticipation so important when you're a quarterback who doesn't have a strong arm like Riley.
In practice after 2.2 seconds. And O'Toole's conditioned to get rid of it that quickly. Might not even have that much time against this Buckeye defense tonight. They've kicked only 2 as a team all season. Reisner's 1 for 2. He was the backup at the start of the year. That one's wide right the whole way from 47 yards. In at running back. Wasn't in there to start the game, so apparently wasn't an injury situation. Sometimes There's a minor disciplinary issue. Player might be benched for the start of the game. We're just speculating. We have 109 in the win at Penn State last Saturday night. J.T. Barrett throws for a first down to the 41-yard line to Michael Thomas, a 6-yard pickup. Swings it out to Dontre Wilson, and the Illini ready for that. They drop it for a 2-yard loss. After the run fake, they try Wilson on the other side, and that wasn't much more successful. Got the 2 yards back, and that's it.
Greens underneath. They've really got to do a great job wrapping up after the catch.
Yeah, so Ohio State needs to go deep.
Barrett, long time to throw it, has a man open, first down to the 44-yard line of the Illini. Jalen Marshall. Marshall lined up at quarterback. Takes off running. Mason Monheim made the tackle. Marshall was a quarterback in high school and an adept runner. He was primarily a running quarterback in Middletown, Ohio. He carries again. Taylor Barton made the tackle.
We'll line up in that wildcat position.
Ohio State had 4 different players take snaps from center in the second half at Penn State last week. Barrett carries for the first down, and that's an indication of the kind of runner he is. He's been graduate between now and then. Deep ball to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown by Devin Smith. They had 2 defenders there, Zane Petty and Darius Mosley, but they couldn't stop Smith.
It's like we talked about. If you're going to play press coverage with your corners and you're going to have your safeties up to be active in stopping the run, you go deep, and you go deep often.
The extra point. And Illinois has done some nice things here in the first. 40 yards per scoring play. This one was 32.
Yeah, he has that knack.
Kyle Clinton, another good kick. And no chance for D'Angelo Bentley once again.
And that final throw is perfect.
Riley O'Toole under center, and there's movement along the left end of the offensive line.
Ball start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. The down remains first.
Another attempted screen, and Ferguson got belted down behind the line of scrimmage by Steve Miller. Versatile player, ordinarily a tight end, but he's played wide receiver, running back, fullback. Ferguson finds a seam. The ball pops out as he hit the ground at the 25-yard line. Buckeyes say they have it.
I think number 11, Von Bell, was the one that comes up with the football.
He did. And Illinois self-destructing. Barrett all day to throw. And another off-target throw to an open receiver. This time it's a little surprising to me, Chris, given that Illinois is 120th in the country against the run. It looks like Ohio State can do just about anything it wants tonight. Ezekiel Elliott ridden across the boundary by Taylor Barton.
So he doesn't run the ball.
5 more pass plays than runs against this struggling run defense. Barrett again not on the money to Dontre Wilson. Spread the field. Barrett pressured off the corner, avoided the first man, but did not escape. And Ohio State will turn it over on downs on the last play of the first quarter. Perhaps of his career, they expect to get Wes Lunt back after their bye week. Next week, he throws, and Mike Dudek is dumped immediately for a loss by Eli Apple. Apple, a very highly recruited player out of New Jersey. O'Toole steps into the pocket. And on the ricochet, it's another turnover. The third takeaway by the Buckeye defense tonight. This one by Curtis Grant.
Well, the first thing you do so your quarterback doesn't get discouraged, it's not your fault. You're throwing the ball where it needs to be thrown. Your teammates are letting you down. That's a second off the chest and hands, and that's off of Dudek, who normally does a great job of securing that football. And the reason why, Sean,
Illinois now -8. Big reason why they beat Minnesota last week. They won the turnover battle one of the few times in recent years. Curtis Samuel wrapped up by Mason Monheim. Good decision by Barrett to keep him. He's tripped up by Taylor Bartner. That might have been another Ohio State touchdown. He was on lockdown, in the words of Urban Meyer early in the week. Really did not practice, but by Thursday's practice he was full go and fully participated. On 1st and 10 from the 11, he gets back to the line, and that's it. He had been a backup to Elliott, kind of splitting the backup time with Samuel. Samuel missed some time earlier in the year with an ankle injury.
Down here in the bottom on Michael Thomas.
Barrett looks to his right to Michael Thomas, who's battling. I don't think he got in the end zone, but he looks to have the first down inside the 1. Pistol. Barrett, the option pitch to Samuel to the goal line and in for a touchdown.
It's a speed option right here, and Curtis Samuel, a little slight, not as big as Ezekiel Elliott, but also runs with good power to pull his way into the end zone for Ohio State.
I mentioned he had the ankle injury.
To get him some game reps and some valuable game reps, some meaningful game reps.
We asked Urban Meyer and the offensive coordinator Tom Herman about that. They said absolutely, if they got a big lead, they'd get Barrett out of there. Another sky kick to the right. Urban Meyer's going to test that theory again. It is handled by Darius Mosley, who got belted out of bounds.
After the play, personal foul, late hit. Kicking team number 55, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
New quarterback for Illinois, and that's Aaron Bailey. And this is by design heading into the game. He was going to play at a designated time regardless of how it was going or how O'Toole was faring. As you see, he's a good runner. One of the leading candidates for the Heisman Trophy, Bailey, after a 7-yard gain on his first play from scrimmage, got dumped for a loss by Darren Lee out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. Blitz coming after him from Lee. He managed to dodge it, running out of time. Out of bounds, short of the first down. Lunged for the line, and now another flag thrown.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 97, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Donovan Young got spun around after a gain of 2. Darren Lee in on another tackle. Bailey takes off running again. First down to the 21-yard line. School, and Bailey was part of a state championship team in 8A football in Illinois at Bolingbrook. He runs to the 18-yard line. 5 rushes already for Bailey for 24 yards. His pass is low for Mikey Dudek. Trying to get on the board midway through the second quarter. Blitz up the middle. Bailey won't get the first down yardage. Beckman not going to elect that option. Going for it on 4th and 2. Bailey keeps it and gets yanked down by Joey Bosa. And that response that's become his trademark, the shrug.
The better as you get older, apparently. And the later the night goes, the better you get even then.
It was sort of like the bowling last night for our crew. J.T. Barrett pulled it down. Now you were
University.
Chris Carter, right?
Yeah, Chris Carter was on that freshman wide receiver. Tom Tupa, punter, quarterback, Jim Crusadis.
Barrett now 10 out of 16 passing for Ohio State for 111 yards. the Big Ten leader in total offense. Pulls it down and runs. That's one of the things, Chris, that's so impressive. The decision making.
They don't need it tonight, but that might be something you see next week against Michigan State. That's something I would do.
Ezekiel Elliott tested very well and done very well in school, and if he could qualify, it might look good on a resume. Deep ball by Barrett.
Intense, especially during the practice sessions.
Yeah, very nice blend of the run and pass all season long. You saw 13 years as a head coach. 134 and 26. Barrett throws short to Michael Thomas, and he really has an amazing, I didn't even realize it till we were prepared.
Illegal substitution. Too many men on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty results in a
Self-inflicted.
first down.
Oh my goodness.
The defense was struggling, but they were coming and getting better.
They picked up the flag. There were only 11 men on the field upon further review, so Tim Beckman won his argument. Good coverage on the Johnston punt. Red Grange of Illinois, one of the all-time greats in the history of football, was selected as its first recipient. Matt Lacoste the catch. Then years ago in the homecoming game, he was responsible for 6 touchdowns.
Had an off day.
And Tim Beckman being superstitious as Malik Turner's dropped by Eli Apple. Aaron Bailey, another series at quarterback. He moved them effectively, largely through his running skills the last time. They turned it over on downs. His pass incomplete. On to punt to Jalen Marshall. Didn't get a good bounce. But
after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Head coach, Illinois. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Sideline.
Had a little bit of an argument for hitting a kicker.
Good contact for sure. There's Devin Smith. Another long gainer for the senior receiver. JT Barrett under duress. Hit as he throws. Ohio State second in the country in passing efficiency thanks to Barrett, behind only Oregon and the great Marcus Mariota. Samuel powers his way inside the 3. Third down and goal. Barrett throws and broken up. Nice move on the football by Eaton Spence. It was intended for Michael Thomas. A shovel ahead to Elliott, and they stuff him shy of the goal line. Well defended by Illinois, led by Mason Monheim. And Young in the eye behind him. They'll just try to bang it out of here, you would think. Young back to the line. Michael Bennett drove him back into the end zone. The crowd footballs. And a chance that Ohio State could win a 3rd in a row with some candidates this year. Short pass by O'Toole, intended for John Davis, and
You can maybe get a crack to get the ball back.
and they just try to run it. Young carries in Urban Meyer, Nebraska. Connor Cook, Langford, Lippett, Michigan State, all reasonable candidates. Long way to go in the conference schedule. Duvernay's punt returned by Jalen Marshall inside the 25-yard line. So marked at the 25-yard line. No timeouts, 34 seconds left in the half. Barrett, open receiver, caught. Dontre Wilson would have been better served to get out of bounds.
High.
Barrett got on the line very quickly, and it's a touchdown. Second of the night for Devin Smith.
This is a 3-level route off the bunch formation.
Extra points good by Sean Nurnberger. Kyle Clinton kicks it off. Another sky kick to the right. Darius Mosley caught it again. So their theory that he might be a little shaky catching the ball is
Aaron Rodgers. And it's close. Real close.
Bringing up on Phil Simms. Most starts at quarterback as a Giant. That'll be the last play of the first half. Josh. Evan Spencer, Dontre Wilson back deep for the Buckeyes. And it's returnable for Wilson, the sophomore from DeSoto, Texas. Well covered by Illinois as he got stopped at 21.
Weight transfer there, he's able to follow through, and that allows him to make that perfect throw on the deep ball touchdown.
Watched him in practice on Thursday, and he throws a lot of juice on that football. It spins well.
First throw today gets through some traffic to Michael Thomas for a first down. An example of it, plenty of zip on that throw.
Starts.
Elliott finds a hole and has the first down across midfield before he's swung to the field by Ernest Thomas and rushed for 38. Play fake by Jones. Takes the check down, a little too hot to handle for Elliott. He braced that he had not worn in the game prior to tonight. Elliott, another big hole on the right side and another big run. Wrestled down by D'Angelo Bentley at the 26-yard line of Illinois. Jones pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. No whistles right now, so the officials letting it go, at least for the moment, judging this to be a fumble. And then D'Angelo Bentley got laid out by the quarterback, Cardale Jones.
Let's see if this ball, it's a throwing motion, but he lost grip on the football. Watch this, Sean. He's going to lose grip off the throwing motion. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
After further review, it was an incomplete pass. It'll be second down. Reset the clock
Quite clearly so.
to 12:43.
Summer cost him this season. Elliott tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Happened very often the last few years for Illinois. They haven't won many of them tonight. They send a blitz at Jones. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Dontre Wilson.
Well, Ezekiel Elliott not only runs the ball well, he does everything well, including picking up blitz. Watch number 15 come over here and is able to pick up Kelly, number 4, allowing Cardale Jones to drop it over the top on a perfect throw to Dontre Wilson.
That's Cardale Jones. The extra point's good by Sean Nurnberger. Kyle Clinton will kick off. D'Angelo Bentley thought about bringing it out and then elected not to.
Rusher.
Well, every offensive coordinator that plays against Bosa, that's the first thing out of their mouth. We have to have a plan for him.
They're back.
Well, that's what happens when a mental error happens and the guard blocks down and you leave Bosa one-on-one with the running back. You know, you're asking a kid to do a job that he can't do, level of practice, and then he transfers over to the game.
3rd and 12. Daly, look out, lost the football, and Ohio State has it. Curtis Grant recovered the fumble. Or for the game in turnover margin. Grant with an interception, now a fumble recovery. Jones throws to the side of the end zone for Michael Thomas, and it's incomplete with Eaton. Jones, option, Elliott to the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Jones tripped up. It had not been for Dwan Smoot for the freshman Nurnberger. It was 2 for 2 tonight now. 3 more on the board for the Buckeyes. 9.5 to go, 3rd quarter. They're at Illinois playing now without two of its best offensive linemen, two starters. Florida State rallied from well behind to beat Louisville in an exciting game on Thursday night. O'Toole throws to Justin Hardy.
They're well coached with Nick Saban. Lane Kiffin's done a nice transition to offensive coordinator.
Whoa! O'Toole belted down by Joey Bosa. It was hard enough to block him when they were playing with their 5 starters on the offensive line. With that
top 3 defenders, not defensive linemen, defenders in the history of Ohio State football, when it's all said and done.
Justin Duvernois punt would take Ole Miss out of the equation with that college football playoff. Although if any team is going to get the benefit of the doubt, it'll be a team in that SEC West. Still, that quarterback, the sophomore, the true freshman Curtis Samuel, is the running back. Samuel bumped down at the 30-yard line. Pretty modest.
Okay, the number 1 guy, Sean, is Jalen Marshall. Takes the snap and goes for 6 points. Yeah.
And will go. Touchdown, Jalen Marshall.
And I know you're relieved to not have to answer that question. I'll come back to it, because I think people will be surprised by my answer, who I think is the number 1 defender in Ohio State's history. As the blocking is set in Jalen Marshall, it's easy to score touchdowns when everybody on Illinois' defense throws a swing and a miss.
Plays, longer runs from the quarterback position, and Marshall just did it for them with a third. They started the day at number 7. They're certainly a team poised if they can finish with that 1 loss to be in the college football playoff.
Tackler that I've seen play football.
Well, I think most Buckeye fans out there would certainly have you in the top 3. Won the Lombardi game for Ohio State player, most tackles in the Ohio State-Michigan game. We could go on and on. Illinois now out to midfield as they try to.
I go, that sounds sound. I said, don't worry about it. Antoine will get him. And more times than not, Antoine would always get him. And he was the best tackler, I think.
For Ohio State, great opportunity for Luke Fickell and the defensive staff to get plenty of game action for the backups. Rest those starters with an eye toward Michigan State next week. Here's Mike Dudek.
Film session.
Donovan Young. After the 14-yard completion to Dudek, brought young Mikey to an Ohio State-Michigan game here. Won by Ohio State. Whoop. Bailey got blasted as he threw it by Raekwon McMillan.
Number 5.
1st and 10, Illinois. Donovan Young slides to the 16. Darren. Bailey with the flag down. He's out of bounds at the 3. There's a flag in the offensive backfield.
Seems to be the story of the night.
Turn to play. Holding. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Bailey hit again as he throws. Dudek couldn't hang on, and just to fit. Look out. Bailey escapes. And is chased out of bounds short of the first down by left after tonight for Illinois. They're going to have to win 2 out of the 3 to become bowl eligible for the first time under Coach Beckman. Raekwon McMillan a little too frisky at the line of scrimmage, it seemed.
Offsides. Defense number 5. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Like the Buckeyes might have been offside again. McMillan drags down Bailey, and there's a flag thrown at the end. You wonder if he.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Defense number 5. Half the distance to the goal line. Automatic first down.
Again, blitz off the corner. Then Bailey yanked down for a loss of a yard back to the 5. 11th play of the drive for Illinois. Donovan Young to the goal line and in for a touchdown.
Good job.
5-yard touchdown run for the senior from Houston, Donovan Young. Now David Reisner, the transfer from Navy,
Wins the jump out. They have a chance next week. And maybe
what would be Ohio State's best win so far? The win at Navy, the win at Penn State last week. Dontre Wilson. Boy, Urban Meyer told us yesterday he thinks Wilson's about to break one in the kicking game, and that was very close. He brought a minute field goal by Brad Craddock, the kicker for Maryland, who still hasn't missed a kick this year. Curtis Samuel, the ball carrier to the
12, really was looking for signature wins and games that they could hang their hat on for teams when they were evaluating, the total body of work. In Ohio, there's just not that signature win. I think that's hugely important for Ohio State, which was at 16, and hugely important for Notre Dame, which was
excitement on the Big Ten. I mean, it's no secret the Big Ten is down this year.
Marshall throws on the move and a little bit short for Michael Thomas.
Oh,
Been around a couple rodeos before.
Outstanding coaches.
Cardale Jones back in. Well, he got the first down. That it looked like he was seeking out some contact at the end. Shoulders, that little brown jug between Michigan and Minnesota, which goes back to 1903. I think they should go back to the beginning of the Yellow Buck. Cardale Jones on 1st and 10, first play of the fourth quarter. Runs, and again, no one really wants to get in his way. But
Fudges and free drinks up in the big boy chairs.
we talking about McShay.
Yeah.
Jones to the end zone, touchdown. That's a big boy throw to Michael Thomas.
Well, again, Ohio State.
Sean Nurnberger kicks the extra point. The lead back to 48 for Ohio State. The third largest crowd in the history of this stadium, which just added some seats for this year. But most of them have headed home. I'd say fewer than half that 106,000 remaining. D'Angelo Bentley this fall, and then in November was diagnosed with an inoperable form of cancer. They're going to move up her school's college basketball schedule by 2 weeks to allow her to play in a game, and hopefully more, but perhaps in just that. Quarterback. Not a lot of bright spots tonight for the Illini, obviously, but Bailey's done some good things.
Blunt is leading it, the injured quarterback.
He was averaging 314 passing yards per game. Great. It is not against a murderer's row. Youngstown State, Western Kentucky, Texas State, and then last week Minnesota, the wins. Bailey's pass incomplete, and a flag thrown
in the back.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. Spot foul, automatic first down.
Before the ball arrived, Bill Cubitt, and what he wants to do and where he wants the ball to go. And it gives him more options and big play opportunities when West Lunt plays.
I think he is a big-time quarterback.
Go back and regroup and play better, or they will have no chance, no matter if Red Grange comes back and suits up for the Illini.
Bailey slides down with a first down at the Ohio State 41.
Receivers, they don't have depth at wide receiver. Their offensive line has struggled, but I think Lunt is the type of quarterback that you can continue to build around, and they've got a very good young freshman class of wide receivers on that side. But how long will this coaching staff be in place if they don't start winning?
That's an open question. We asked Tim Beckman last night if he thought he'd get the chance to, if they can't get the best players in their own state.
Yeah, and it's fertile ground for Notre Dame, Northwestern, Michigan, Ohio State. And he's got to go in and win the battles.
Bailey got it off. Good effort by Dudek, but he couldn't catch it.
Up a ton of yards to subpar competition.
And on 4th down, Bailey's pass is incomplete.
Do you say Tate?
No. Poor kid.
Well, that's coming for him.
Oh, of course.
What do you have him on your big board?
With the departure of Rod Smith from the program, Coach Meyer says will need to be more of a factor in the weeks ahead. Jeff Green, the ball comes out after the catch. That is a fumble. Leighton Fedulum the other way for Illinois. 6 junior college transfers the last couple of years. Fedulum played at St. Xavier University in Chicago for a couple of years on Donovan Young ran away from a blitz. This news and updates. Then Fantasy Football Now, presented by Papa John's at 11 on ESPN News for all of you fantasy football people, and there are many of them. A little punchy here. You're usually asleep by 9 o'clock.
That's right. I stuck it out for the bowling and the reunion last night.
Yes,
Stayed up
did.
till 10:30. A record for me.
We were disappointed you didn't bowl, because the last time you participated in the crew Friday night bowling excursion a few years ago, you were bowling overhand, which I've never seen before.
That's mess.
And that became our running comment year to year. Well, Todd McShay's a good bowler, but he's no Ed Smatlick. So we'll let American win it. Do you still feel that way as Ohio State's scored 50 again?
Yeah, I give Michigan State the slight edge, the home field advantage. I think they're really balanced, and their defense is getting better and better.
Nice play. Bailey got away.
As Hardy goes up to make the catch.
Bailey back to the line of scrimmage.
You think and how much of the offense can they run? Obviously, they were limited today in what they wanted to do in terms of protecting him. But if he plays close to 100%, I think Ohio State's better in all facets of the game, all three, including special teams.
Bailey found Matt Lacoste for a touchdown for Illinois. The players in his team had never won a Big Ten home game. Jeff Gordon, number 1.
Comeback for Jeff Gordon.
Taylor Zaleski kicks off. Noah Brown to the 22-yard line.
And Nebraska. If they don't, I think they should with 2 losses. And I think Notre Dame's going to be punished for their win.
So you're going to leave those other 3?
I'm putting Alabama in, and the Michigan State would be my second one in. And a lot of that's obviously going to be eliminated next week between Ohio State and Michigan State, because one of those guys are going to drop.
TCU at number 4, and TCU's got to continue to get better. It's obviously a tough place to play today in West Virginia. They were able to get the win. A little bit obviously inconsistent on the
in that conference championship game, whether it's Nebraska, Michigan State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, whoever it may be, is going to be a quality win. That might be enough to jump.
Pelini is cautiously optimistic that after their bye week next week, he'll be able to play in a very big game in the Big Ten West at Wisconsin.
And championship game without Amir Abdullah.
Well, you don't think Nebraska would run the table without Amir Abdullah, do you? There's Cardale Jones for the second time this year, leaping over defenders. We saw him do it a few weeks ago at Maryland.
Around you or run through you.
And by the way, to get back to Abdullah, I think he's the most valuable player. Ohio State on the verge of making history. It'll be their 20th straight Big Ten regular season win, and takeaways, interceptions, tackles for loss, those sorts of things. And that's the kind of defense that they're playing, forcing their opponents into mistakes.
Well,
there's much anticipation for November 8th and the possibility of a huge meeting between Ohio State and Michigan State in East Lansing, and that's what we will have. Both of those teams will be undefeated in conference play and with 1 loss overall as they go head-to-head next Saturday night.